Live.
Da-da-da! We are on there. What's going on, kids? This is Rasslin Rantin over here on KocoSports channel. God, I feel like I'm in the wrong spot, but we are here today doing the retro review session again. This week's retro review is going to be a match that many of you probably should have seen by now, but some of you probably have not seen. You probably all have definitely heard about. It's Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage from WrestleMania 3, and I am here with LK Wrestling from KocoSports. LK, what's going on?
I'm looking forward to this. I haven't seen this in a very, very long time. I've been waiting all day. I'm like, you know what? I've been there like thinking, oh, I could watch this now. I could watch this now. No, I watched Lucha Underground. I could watch this now. I could watch this now. I watched the Cruiserweight Classic. I was like, okay, come on. And I was literally waiting there. Like, I'm usually like, okay, give me 15, 30 minutes. But today I was on time. And I even had the match all ready. So basically how this is going to work is, if you haven't watched the previous two we've done, we reviewed a NWA WCW show from '85. We covered, what was it last time? It was Magnum TA and Blanchard from Starrcade '86, correct?
Yep, I Quit match.
That was brutal. So check them out on That's on Wrestling Rantin's channel. So we'll probably just rotate it every week so that we can both, gain from this series. So every different year we do a different match. So this year in '87, we're doing Savage and Steamboat from Mania 3. To follow us live, in the link, there is a link in the description box. Sorry, there's a link to the match we will be watching. So when we say go, hit that button and you'll be watching live, and there'll be live commentary. And then once the show's finished, if there is lots of people watching live, I will check on my own phone and there will be a live comment. So if you have any thoughts and queries about the thing we're watching, or even questions during the match, please feel free to put them in the comment section and I will read them out as the show progresses. So Rasslin Rantin, tell us when to go.
Well, we are in '87, man, and there's a lot of stuff happening in '87. For me personally, '87 is one of my, say, 5 or so favorite years of wrestling. For those of you who don't know the backstory of this match, Ricky Steamboat back in the end of '86 had a match on WWE or WWF Superstars of Wrestling. Macho Man came off the top rope, hit him in the back, kind of crushed his larynx, which is a spot I've never seen before, and I don't think we've ever. I think they kind of did it one time after that, but Steamboat couldn't. He couldn't breathe, and McMahon's losing his shit about Steamboat turning purple, whatever. Steamboat gets injured, kayfabe, for a while. He comes back a couple months later, challenges Savage to the championship. At this point, at WrestleMania 3, Savage had been Intercontinental Champion for 14 months. So one of the longer reigns in IC title history. And of course, if you're not familiar with WrestleMania 3, until this year, unfortunately, it was the largest attended WrestleMania of all time, depending on what you want to believe. What the attendance figures are, it's somewhere between 78,000 and 93,000 people at the Pontiac Silverdome in Detroit, Michigan. So that's the setup for this. Many people consider it to be one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. You be the judge here. Again, remember, this is a match from 30 years ago. So keep that in mind when you watch it. There's not going to be any planches or anything. So this is a definitely old school wrestling match.
So are you ready? I've got this might be from. No, don't worry, Karen. Right, I thought it might have been a message from because Boom said that yesterday might join, but I thought it'd be a message from him, but it was just a message from someone else. So,
all right.
So are you? I'm ready when you are.
All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click play.
Oh, that was awful. Shame on her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's selling. It's magnificent. That is magnificent.
Yeah, he fell off the gurney a couple of times just to get it over a little bit more, which I thought was pretty cool.
Look at that crowd.
My God, everybody had that poster in the 80s. Every kid had that poster.
What a promo. Oh,
Yeah,
see,
you
he
gotta
didn't.
miss
He didn't.
Savage.
He didn't. He didn't need a stupid person telling him what a stupid question. He didn't need a stupid what are they called? Backstage interviewers asking him a really stupid question like, "What's your strategy heading into tonight's match?" He didn't need that. He just went out there cold and cut a fucking great promo.
Yeah, so well, I will say some of his promos back in the day with Mean Gene Okerlund are just hysterical. He has one where he's talking about, I think it's before this match, he's talking about Steamboat being a cup of coffee, and he has this whole thing with a cup of coffee, yeah, Steamboat, he's just a cup of coffee, he'd be tired. And then he makes the cup disappear. He does like a magic trick. It's like the fucking weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. There's Miss Elizabeth, who still looks classy as always. Rest in
God,
peace.
didn't she? In 10 years' time, she'll be in WCW, and didn't she look rough?
Yeah, I mean, that's what cocaine will do to you.
We shouldn't laugh about that, really, should we? But you know.
Well, you know, it's been long enough. It's not too soon. You know, lesson for you kids out there: stay off the hard stuff.
Oh, Gordon Monsoon's voice sends pre-cum down the side of my leg. What's your better commentary team? Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura, or Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan?
Oh God, that's a toss. I mean, Monsoon and Heenan are just classic comedy. But for these early WrestleManias, I like Gorilla, and because Jesse always brought some legitimacy to it.
Hmm.
Jesse, who JBL wishes he was. Ugh, I hate the dubbed over music.
Oh, is that what that noise is in the background?
Oh, jeez. I would suggest people go look out Ricky Steamboat's theme music. He had this. It's a fairly popular song at the time, but it just fit him so perfectly. It was so good, but you know.
I love those rings that they came to the ring with, though.
Yeah, I think this was the first.
They look like stars.
Well, that's just a very long way to walk, anyway.
God, just
The
imagine
ring entrance.
Randy Orton's entrance or the Undertaker's entrance with that ramp.
Yeah.
Oh.
But actually, funny enough, Taker did. He was at one of these early Stadium Manias, and he walked out the little ring to the ring, and it took forever for him. I think that was WrestleMania 8. It took him forever to get to the ring.
Oh,
The
look.
Fedorettes. Wow.
Look, two wrestlers who aren't big men in great shape. Is this too much to ask for? Is that really too much to ask for? If you saw even one of these men, you would know they're wrestlers. You would think, okay, they might be pro wrestlers. This is the argument I get in with people. You know, it's not that I don't like these wrestlers. It's just they don't look like wrestlers. You know, if they were in the airport and a casual person who's never watched wrestling, they won't think, hey, he might be a wrestler. If you saw these two in the airport, you're like, hey, he's got that, you know, he might be a wrestler in him.
Yeah, very true.
What was that, sorry?
I said very, very true. I mean, Savage just has a unique look anyway. Even without all the stuff on, he looks like a maniac. So,
Hmm.
are we freezing up here?
Oh, I understand now why people, JR used to say a Ricky Dragon style deep palm drag. Shit me sideways. Beautiful.
Pretty proficient at that. Everybody has tried to copy that for years.
Oh. This I like as well. You know, he's a heel. So guess what he's doing? He's cheating. You know, he's using the top rope. He's running away. He's luring him in to cheat. So simple. They're not flip flopping and flying around out there. They're doing simple shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, this was wrestling, but the cool thing about what Savage and Steamboat was is that this was really the template for how a lot of the matches are done today.
Hmm.
Because before this, it
It's
wasn't a
dated
lot.
very well.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
as
certainly where's the
choreographed.
like the NWA WCW show. In case none of you watched that one, which you should go back and watch, which is on Rasslin Rantin's channel. I suffered and endured my way through that. I thought that was really punishing of me to watch that, but this is more. I would say more modern. Like you could show this to someone now, and they'd kind of still be like, you know, that's respectable. To just sit here and just watch it, it's like I'm kind of like, oh fuck yeah, I'm doing a show. Some like just then we went about a few minutes without talking, just realizing, oh fuck, we're in the middle of doing a show. It's just so good. Oh, I'm where's Rantin gone? I'm guessing, bro, where have you gone? Oh, dude, I didn't realize you went.
Yeah,
Uh, Right now, I'm on 10 minutes 53,
Okay. Yeah, because
54.
Daily Motion started doing all these pop-up ads, started doing something funky on my machine here.
Ad block on the old Google.
Yeah, I'm on my other laptop. All right. Well, actually, funny enough, that's where I'm at anyway, so let's just skip it a little bit.
Right now, it's about to go on 11:15.
And I pretty much have this match memorized anyway, so
Dude, the
like
pace these
like
guys are putting out right now.
yeah, like everybody else, like Jericho and 1,000 other people from that Attitude Era generation. There's that arm drag. Constantly talked about how they memorized and did this match over and over again in their basements.
Just that little bit of hope for the babyface where he did the skin in the cat and then to just be dumped back out. That was magnificent.
Yep.
The Rhodes Scholar.
Yeah, George Steele is the only part of this match I didn't like because I never liked George Steele. He's just kind of,
It's a bit out of place.
you know,
Oh.
yeah, get out of here, punk.
He's reprimanding.
Yeah, Jesse loves to get on the referees about the counts. Yeah, counts not consistent or better because the thing about Jesse was even though he was a heel announcer, most of the stuff he said he actually was right about. You know, it's like, yeah, the count is a little slow.
I've already counted to 20.
Yeah. The Monsoon always has to kind of make up some excuse for the babyface.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
Why isn't he counting? He waited 30 seconds.
There's a whole 30 seconds there, Jesse. Savage is just so on point. I mean, both of them are on point with everything they're doing here.
Yet to see a botch. It's nearly 14 minutes in. Everything's perfect. Fair to say this is them both in their prime.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they're both pretty much lightning on fire, both of them. I mean, Steamboat have been around for a while at this point, though, doing these kind of matches.
I love the sound the canvas makes.
Yeah.
I don't know if what's different about it, whether it's they've got a different mic underneath, but it sounds beautiful. It sounds like an actual impact, not a bounce.
Yeah, they made the rings. The rings are a lot springier now. They were a lot harder back in the day. I mean,
Is it like a boxing ring?
a little bit. I think there was. I forgot what kind of wood they used to use underneath, and there was steel reinforcement. Like some rings, like Ring of Honor's ring, sometimes was just like a freaking trampoline. Last time I saw it. So I mean, it's got so much give. These rings don't have a lot of give back here.
I'm guessing that's why the bumps aren't.
Yeah, well, they were. I mean, that's why they changed the rings because people started doing a lot more stuff, and if they did it in these rings, you're broken bones all over the place.
Hmm.
Poor Dave Hebner, brother of Earl.
He is knackered. Look at him. He's sweating his little Little socks off.
Yeah, they got his ass running around. I mean, there too, which is I think is unathletic as he looks. He actually having a ref run around like that actually adds to all those near falls because it looks like he's putting an effort in.
It does. Good call by Hebner. First good call of the match.
Yeah,
I like that effort. Because it makes the match feel faster as well, doesn't it? When he's like, oh, God.
yeah. He and Tommy Young over in Crockett. They were probably two of the best refs at the time. Because Tommy would actually slide out of the ring to get a 3 count sometimes. They used to call him sliding referee because he used to do that in every match. Look at that.
How are these guys still moving at this pace? They generally haven't stopped. Fuck.
Good conditioning. The crowd thinks all of these are like freaking.
Oh, shit. Lump the ref.
Yeah.
Oh, yet to see a mistake. Because it makes sense, because if we all know, everyone watching this knows, Ricky Steamboat wins this match. Correct?
Sure.
With Ventura putting the blame on the ref the whole match, you're kind of protecting Savage as well.
Right. And Savage pretty much just won the match. He would have won the match, basically.
Exactly. See, that's just spectacular. That would never happen today.
I do have to give Dave Hebner that's probably one of the best ref bumps ever, though.
That was a good ref bump. Rest. You deserve it. Rest. He's like, fuck it, I'm not resting.
And this is also a great thing that they don't do anymore is tie in the feud into the match. Because it all started with the damn bell.
See, again, blaming the ref. Magnificent. Oh, God. Just give him the bell.
Yeah. Those old Howard Finkel calls there. And no.
Oh. How are these men still moving? Unbelievable. Roll up. Yes. Right. Unbelievable. That crowd.
Yeah, the dispute over that crowd, I kind of dispute the dispute over the crowd.
There was no fucking "this is awesome" chant. They just made a lot of noise.
Yeah, well, this was before everybody was obnoxious. You guys just went
that
to
awful music
and go, oh, that was a great match. They didn't know,
right, so
this was way before people started talking about fucking movesets and all this other bullshit. It was like, hey, that was a really good match.
God, I'm sorry, I can't listen to that awful music anymore. Oh God, that's really
Yeah, I
bad
love
music.
this little part at the end too, with the shot of Savage, Elizabeth consoling Savage, holding his head down, and then the little ring just goes off into the distance,
Mm.
fades to black. That's just a great shot.
I like the one where Steamboat, he's got the belt and he still's got him on his shoulder when they're at the end of the ramp. I like that shot. But yeah, that was awesome. Like, that didn't feel like 20 minutes at all, in any way, shape, or form. That was absolutely magnificent. Awesome stuff. I didn't think it would date that well. I'm shocked how well that dated. Really, really am. That was fucking awesome. The only live comments are that we're going head to head with TNA's Final Deletion 2. It's the Delete or Decay. We're going live with that. Hence why there's no live comments. So people right now are watching TNA.
Okay, well, you guys can watch this from here to the rest of time, or as long as the internet exists.
Which
So,
will be for the rest of the time, let's face it.
as far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, I haven't watched this in a couple years. I mean, it still holds up. I mean, for me, I saw this. I remember seeing it live. I remember when, as a kid, I saw this match at a closed circuit facility, watching with my eyes like this, glued to the screen, because we had never seen a match like that before. That was, again, very choreographed. A lot of times, I mean, even in WWF, a lot of the matches were kind of, called in the ring, and Savage and Steamboat really laid that thing out all the way through. All the near finishes, all the false finishes. There's 23 near falls in this match. And again, what I liked about it, I was talking about this when I was watching the CWC yesterday. I think it was Zack Sabre Jr.'s match, how they kept going for pinfalls, which today you don't see a lot of that. It's like, but they're trying to win the match, and that's where the drama comes in, when you're trying to win the match, which a lot of times nowadays it's like, let's pander to the crowd, let's look at stuff, let's make sure we get all our moves in. Fuck that. Try to win the match, and that'll bring a lot more entertainment than hitting 5 Superman punches and then somebody kicking out of it.
But hey, what do we know? What do we know?
I don't know. I do think some people might be upset with the because I've heard people bitch about finishes, and that finish is a roll up.
Yeah, but
I've seen matches where people get, whether it's a distraction roll up or just something like this where it's a counter, and they go, "Oh, that was it," like Samoa Joe and Finn Balor last year, and Balor won't beat Joe for roll up, and everybody's like, "That was it," I was like, roll ups, that you can win a match with a roll up. It's okay.
I like when, like, every now and then you have a match win with roll up. I'm not saying you women's division, because I know they love to give the women's division roll ups. I mean, because then when you do see a roll up and it is a near fall, you'll be more emotionally invested in the near fall, because you think this could actually be it. Whereas if they kicked out every time, you wouldn't be emotionally invested. You think, oh, they're just going to kick out. Who cares?
Yeah, that's just kind of the way wrestling has evolved, because roll ups were pretty common to get pinned for roll up or a small package back in the day. I don't think nowadays you're seeing more of it, but there's a good period like the last 10 years where if you saw a roll up, it's like you're just wasting time. This is a waste of time. You're not going to win on a roll up. You got to hit your finisher 4 times before you can. This match is going to end. It's not going to end on a roll up. So, I mean, it is what it is. But again, I like the solid wrestling in this kind of a match. Again, I grew up with this thing. Now, I will say that this match for me was the best WrestleMania match up until Taker and Shawn at 25. It took that long for there to be another match to make me go, And I had to put Taker and Shawn a little bit above it. It took 22 years for there to be another match to top this one for me. So,
Jeez, that was good though. It held up very, very well. So, we did this every 2 weeks. So, in the next 2 weeks, we're in 1988 now.
well, we got some stuff to cover in '87. So there's a couple of things that we want to kind of look at there, because there's a lot of good shit in '87.
Okay, no problem. What are we going for next then? What are we going for next?
It's about an hour. Tag team wrestling. in 1987, you have two of the most legendary tag team feuds of the 80s. In Crockett, you had the Rock and Roll Express versus the Midnight Express, and at the same time, you had the British Bulldogs and the Hart Foundation in WWF. Very similar team feuds, very similar kinds of teams. So I think we're going to pull a match from both of those, one of the significant matches from both of those feuds, and just watch them back to back and compare them. Because you got, who was Chris Benoit before Benoit was Benoit. Davey Boy Smith, a powerhouse. Jim Nambo, not a powerhouse. Bret Hart, we know who Bret Hart is. Bobby Eaton, the great high flyer, innovative for his time. The Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton, the greatest seller of all time. So Jim Cornette, Jimmy Hart, you got tons of good stuff. Big Bubba Rogers was involved with it too. So I think watching those two tag team feuds, I watched a Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express match a couple weeks ago, and it is such a lost art. The Revival, again, I say the Revival, thank you for bringing that kind of stuff back, because that is a lost art, and those four teams were masterful at it. So I think next week, I know the one for Midnight and Rock and Roll I want to pull up, but I want to find one for the Bulldogs and Hart Foundation, and I think that'll be probably a pretty good one.
Awesome. So it could be a tag team edition next week. Are we doing it next week or the week after?
I think next week. Yeah, I'm in town. I think we'll do it next week, because I think there's only, like I said, there's a lot of some more match in '87 I wanted to do before we got to '88. So I think we'll just do it the next 2 weeks.
Yep, sounds good to me. Same time, same place. Boom. But it was a pleasure today, as always. I love comparing my thoughts to yours, because for once we actually agreed on most things, because normally with the 86 and the 85, the age gap was a lot. Like, I think this was a lot more not as outdated as the others. Like, I could actually sit there and watch and enjoy that, whereas the ones before, and I mean, I enjoyed the Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard match from Starrcade 86, but that to me still felt dated. But this was just wrestling in its purest and best form, and I'm kind of jealous. Like, I wish I was around like back then to just watch that as I grow up. But I mean, I look around now, and I mean, we got Lucha Underground, you got the Cruiserweight Classic, you got New Japan. I'm not that really bad off, but it was good, and I'm looking forward to. We ain't done some tag team wrestling, so it'll be interesting to see that. And I hope everyone has enjoyed this. Now, shamefully plug yourself.
Well, I will plug myself here. This is Rasslin Rantin. Oh yeah, by the way, it is. You're not poor for not seeing this, although it is a thing that this match, like I said, was the first one to pave the way for everything we see today. So it was kind of cool at the time to see. I can kind of point to that match and go, well, that's when it started with that match. Rasslin Rantin, I do reviews every single week. I think, no offense to the KocoSports crew, but you guys, what I heard, is this correct? You guys aren't doing the Monday night post-Raw reviews anymore?
I do them 24 hours after.
Okay.
Ready. It's that day on work in particular. It pretty much denies me from just doing Monday Raws, but I tend to do everything else. Like, I did NXT live after Ezra Boom yesterday. I done Raw. I've done CWC and 20 years ago, which are in the can, which I'm going to upload tomorrow after work. So yeah.
I'm thinking now, because Joe Cronin needs some competition, dude. So maybe I might start doing live Raw review. I did one like a couple weeks ago, so I might start doing live Raw reviews again.
How about this? How about we do this? We'll both promise each other the next Monday we will do a Monday Night Raw review.
Yeah, but you're not gonna do it every week, are you? I'm gonna get LK to do this. You're gonna do it You're gonna stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning again, buddy.
Dude, no, it'd be later than that, because that's what time Raw finishes. You know what?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, don't worry about that, dude. You don't have to stay up to 5 o'clock in the morning.
If people want it, in the comments. If you really want, who are we competing with?
There's like 80 people really on doing post Raw shows. So I'm just saying we need some smarter people doing post Raw shows on Mondays, because some of the other ones I watch, I'm just like, jeez Louise, where's Dave? It's like I can't watch all these shows suck. I can't watch them.
Okay,
but anyway, yeah.
Well, this Monday we'll do Raw review live, and then hopefully I get in the rhythm, and because all it takes is that one late night that sets it all off. You know, that one really late night. Because I normally go to bed about 3 or 4, which is normally when Raw ends. So if I have one late night, if I just have an extra few energy drinks, you know, kill myself slowly, guys. You know, a few more extra energy drinks, I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, it's a post pay
We'll
per
make a
view.
promise. Yeah,
Well, actually, no, it's not a Raw pay
we'll
per
do
view.
it.
It's a SmackDown pay per view. See, they already confused me already. It's a SmackDown pay per view, so the Fallout's on Tuesday. God. Anyway, back to promoting my stuff. Rasslin Rantin. You can find me on the YouTubes under Rasslin Rantin, Rasslin Rantin. I've got a web channel, 24.com/Rasslin, the website. You can check out all of our stuff there. We have links to where you can watch different shows like Lucha Underground. If you don't have the already network, I do a weekly wrestling review where I cover the topics of this past week in pro wrestling, give match recommendations, and answer some of your questions out there in the mailbag segment. And of course, with this, I do retro reviews every once in a while. Taking a little bit of a break, but I will be following it up with WWF The Big Event from 1986, which was a little bit before this one. So that was a pretty big show. That was 72,000 people in Toronto. So that's going to be a fun one to watch. And yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. I'm excited. I haven't watched Lucha Underground yet, so I'm going to go watch that after we're done with this. And yeah, just guys subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys pretty soon.
Yep, and please subscribe to this channel as well. I've already recorded a CWC review, which I'm going to upload tomorrow, because after this, I know I was talking to Boom. Sammy's doing a Lucha Underground review, so I don't want to like have 4 videos on the channel within like 3 hours. I think that's very unnecessary. So I've already recorded them, so I'm going to upload them in the next few days. And I'm starting a 20 years ago. I've already watched a few episodes. A few episodes of Monday Night Raw heading into Mind Games. So I've already taken notes. So now I'm actually going to keep up with it. And I just watched one where it was Shawn Michaels versus Goldust, Triple H versus Psycho Sid, Steve Austin versus Mark Merrow in a Intercontinental Championship tournament because Ahmed Johnson vacated it because of what Farouk did to him. So look forward to that when it's uploaded. CWC review I've already done. That will be uploaded too. So stick around, like, comment, subscribe. KocoSports.net. Buy Dave Coco's book so he can be on more of these damn shows. Send him love. Send Rasslin Rantin love. Subscribe to him. Subscribe to us here at KocoSports.net. Stay safe. Stay well, because it's a disgracefully disgusting world out there. We'll be catching your asses down the line.